Hello, my name is Xavier Mercado, and this is Spearhead Conversations. Today, I'm joined by special guest, Randolla.
What it do?
Oh, my friend.
We're live and direct from the Wave Factory, real special edition.
Hey, well, a picture has 1,000 meanings, and this gentleman in front of me has created a realm of greatness.
Big waves.
Big waves. Through these pictures, through me following him, the heights he's reached has really set the bar pretty high. Photography with Giannis, Dame, Lil Wayne, Travis Scott. We got Baby on the wall. It doesn't stop.
Legends only.
Hey, well, we through connections we reached out and he agreed, and he's here today. So without further ado, how are you doing?
I'm good. I am blessed. I am happy to be in the building.
Hey,
so
man.
we're here.
What's life been like, man? You travel a lot. I be seeing that.
I do. It's fun. That's one of my favorite parts of my job.
Yeah?
Just seeing the new scenery, catching the vibe.
Where were you just at? Because you were just out of town recently.
I was supposed to go to Orlando this last month, but it got canceled for the fog.
Okay, got you.
But I go to Atlanta a lot. I go to LA a lot, and I'm overdue for a LA trip for sure.
I just got back from LA.
I seen that. I'm jealous.
Yeah, man. I was in South Pasadena. Then we went out to see our boy Brandon Champ. But it was a great time. You know LA.
It's always a good time.
Always a great time. Well, I'm a fan, and we're gonna ask these questions.
I appreciate it.
So you ready?
Let's get it.
All right, let's jump into it. Where were you born?
Sheboygan.
Sheboygan in the house.
They're random as hell.
Dawg said Sheboygan.
But I moved to Milwaukee when I was 1.
There you go.
So
Okay. And then how was your childhood?
it was beautiful. Single mom. Mm-hmm. She did the best she could do, and it was fire.
Yeah.
I couldn't ask for a better one.
Yeah, what hobbies were you into?
Man, I played soccer and baseball.
Soccer and baseball.
I love
what position baseball?
Shortstop and left field.
My boy was out here, Jeter. Yeah, actually, that's what I played.
Don't copy me.
Shortstop and left field, dog. Well, they had me in right first, and then they put me in left.
They seen what you had to do. You had to earn that. You know what I mean? You were catching.
What elementary you went to? Come on, let's dig deep.
So I grew up in Menominee Falls.
Okay.
So I went to Riverside Elementary. Shouts out the gang.
Okay.
And then Menominee Falls was weird. They had a middle school and a junior high school. So I did 6th and 7th grade at a middle school. And then they knocked that building down, RIP. And then they had a junior high school. I just had 8th grade there. And then we went to the high school.
What's your earliest memory of you tapping into a creative side of yourself?
Man, I don't even know where it started, but I love shoes. Yeah. So when I was in art class, I would draw shoes. I actually had a clay shoe that was on display in the Menominee Falls Library for a little bit. Okay. Going crazy.
Dude said he's this was my debut, you know?
Had to.
The formations came together.
Yeah, for sure.
What were things while you were, upcoming and that really captured your attention as far as creativity and all that?
Style, I used to come home in elementary school and I would watch BET Rap City.
Okay.
So I would see Lil Wayne and Pharrell back in their era.
Neptunes.
Or they rocking the Bape and stuff. So I really was just interested in cool colored clothes and style and all that stuff way back early, real early. So that was Pharrell, a big influence on the stuff I do and whatnot.
All right.
And I based my logo off him too.
I see, man. I see. And we going crazy. I got my shirt on.
Jeez, this unreleased.
It's unreleased.
It's gonna come. I've been telling people forever, but one of these days, I can't let them know the info.
Yeah, well, just make sure I get mine.
I'll put you on the list.
Well, there you go. When did photography come into play for you?
Man, 2017, 2018. I took a digital imaging class my junior year of high school. Mm-hmm. So I was playing around with the camera, but I never took it serious or anything. And then when Instagram and stuff, I would see people's shoes, back to shoes again. I would see all these cool pictures, and I just wanted cool pictures of my shoes. So I started like trying to, and I figured it out. And then I just started like, oh, this camera stuff's kind of fire.
Hey.
And then it started being friends and artists and traveling.
Well, you in school. Was that your career path you thought you were gonna take out of high school, or
not at all? I was going to UWM for business, and then like the hobby turned more serious, and I started getting actually like booked and busy, and I just like ended up stopping going to school. Like, man, it took over like that. I couldn't even like, and at the time it's pre-COVID, so they didn't offer a lot of online classes for my major, so I didn't really have a choice. It's either follow your dreams or just whatever, finish this, and I'm just, you can finish that later. We gotta catch these dreams. Yeah, that's how it went.
What drew you to photography? What do you think was like that moment that drew you into saying, hey, I'm gonna do this?
When it came to capturing like real feelings from my friends and like emotions, because anybody could take a picture, but when you catch the real moment, it's like that's timeless, Yeah. So that's what really changed. And I used to work at Foot Action at Mayfair before they closed, and I was just sitting there with my boss, shouts out Karan, and I was just like, man, like, I wonder if I should do this photo thing for real. Like, you think, it's like an interesting path, but like, he said, why not just try it? Yeah. And that's how I went.
What inspired the name Randolla?
I actually got that when I worked at Foot Locker.
For real?
We were bored.
Were you at Southridge?
See, when I worked there, I was stubborn. I never went over there, even if they asked for help.
For real?
I worked at Mayfair.
Mayfair, okay, got you.
So it was a slow night, and we were just making name tags. And I was like, man, we should make like whatever I can think of with my name as a name tag, And Randolla came up as one, because we had the cashier and like my manager, Josh. Yeah. And it just stuck. They started calling me that there. And that was pre-pictures and everything. And then fast forward, I did this show down in Atlanta, and the comedian Nav Green was on the show, and he's just talking comedian stuff, and he's like, "That's Randolla. He get all the money shots." Okay. And I'm like, "Whoa!" Like that kind of like took me back because I ain't even think of it like that. That's fire. Yeah, money shots.
Well, when you first started off as Randolla, how was it hard to get the name to stick, or people just?
No, because I started shooting like music videos. Okay. So shouts out to MT Twins. We were in Miami one day, and Dex was on his live, and I'm in the background. He's like, Randolla, we shooting shit like Randolla. Stuck instantly. That was it. Yeah. Was like, oh yeah, that's the one. It was in all my videos. Still is.
Yeah. Well, what type of photography would you say you specialize in?
Lifestyle. Like, I wouldn't say like editorial fashion or anything, but I just like the culture. So like the artists, the shoes, like the jewelry, like the real vibes. Like the concerts. It's more just. It's not about the show. It's just about like after, like the day in the life vibe.
Yeah, it's the moments.
For sure.
Walk us through your creative process when taking these pictures.
I don't know. I can't even. It's just like I just see moments and I give them. Like, it's not really like a process to it. Like, it's a lot of trial and error. Like, I learned everything I know about the photo stuff and the video stuff. Majority, like photo-wise, on YouTube. I never went to school for that or anything. And then just like video-wise, it's just more like paying attention to the people around you. And just seeing how they do stuff,
Yeah. What barriers did you face when you first started out as a photographer?
Man, when I first started, it was like you don't realize that like the work isn't gonna come to you. When I first did it, like I decided, I'm gonna do this full time. Let's get it. Like, here I take pictures. Yeah. And it's like, who cares? So there's a lot of hustle that goes into it. So that was like a eye opener for sure.
Got you.
And then like, I don't know, just I think networking. You got to learn how to network to be successful in any job.
Entertainment, especially entertainment, man.
Right. for sure.
Jeez, that's how I stumbled upon you. Shout out to Corey.
Shout out Corey Piper.
He was like, "Hey, you need to interview my guy Randolla." He's like, he rolls with the crew, and I'm just like, all right. Then I looked up your page, and I was just like, damn. Well, as a photographer, you know, with these shots you're getting, what's your preferred equipment that you use?
I'm a Canon guy.
You're a Canon?
Team Canon.
Team Canon.
For sure.
Not
For
Nick
sure.
Cannon.
He cool, but I never met Brody yet, so I can't guarantee him.
Man, well, do you remember your first gig as a photographer and like those emotions you were going through when you were in that?
Yeah, like I remember my first photo shoot. I definitely have had like super crazy nervous moments because there's certain things that like in your head it's like, you know, it's like you're not going to be able to do this again, so you better make sure you get them shots because it's like you can't redo it, especially with the artists and stuff. Like, it's a one and done. But my first photo shoot was like it's a dad and his two daughters at the beach, and it was like a cloudy day and they wore gray, so I'm just like, man, like, you know, it was cool though. I felt really cool for sure. And then I remember the first time I shot an artist, that was like a turning point in my head. Like, I was like, man, like, this is actually fire. It was my first time shooting in a nightclub and first time shooting an artist. And from that night forward, I was like, this is what I want to do for real. And I stuck with it for real.
Yeah. Well, you know, photography is taking you places. Mm-hmm. What places have you visited?
Man,
around the world, because, gosh, man.
I've been blessed to be able to travel, like, for work around the world. I've been to Dubai, London, Tokyo, Japan, Paris. I've been to Morocco. I've been to places I would have never expected to even go or dream of. And just to be able to do that, like, and get paid to do it, that's a whole another thing. It's like, whoa, like, it's legendary. It's a blessing for sure.
What are highlights? Well, I mean, like, you think about that, man. You traveling, bro. You getting to see the world.
I've had moments. Like when I was in Tulum,
Yeah.
I'm riding down the street on an ATV. I'm shooting deer, and I'm telling her, like, it's crazy. Like, this is my job. Like, this is like, I could cry right now. This shit is fire. Like, you know, it's just, so it happens sometimes for sure. You just gotta, like, one thing I had to learn with the traveling is to, like, live in the moment. Philly will tell you that. Shout out Philly. Like,
shout out Philly.
Like,
shout out my boy.
It gets hectic, but like, if you like, I really had to learn to live in the moment because these are really like truly blessings, and like you can't let little stuff get to you when you're moving around. For sure.
What are highlights or milestones that stand out for you in this journey of photography?
The first time I shot Future, that was a big one because that was my favorite artist ever. And I remember the first time I shot him, I was standing like on a rail, like in between sections of the concert, just to get higher than the crowd to do it. And I remember just being like over the moon about it.
This is insane.
And then fast forward a couple of years, I went to dinner with him and got like to shoot a dinner like with his family.
Yeah.
And like I'm walking in the room with him, and it was just like, this is a full circle moment. I'm like, this is crazy. But like, it's a lot of times now that like I don't think about like I wish this would have happened 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 6 years ago, and it's happening. And, you know, it's like, I don't know. You just got to take it in sometimes.
Well, photography is a representation of you.
Right.
Why do you feel it represents you?
Because I have creative freedom. Like, no one, like, yeah, I work with clients and I get told what to do, but at the end of the day, like, my art's my art, and, like, it's my own thing. So, like, I just like being able to express myself without caring about anyone else. Like, honestly, my mom don't care. I don't, you know, I don't care who else cares if it's not her. You feel me? So we're good, you know? I just like the creative freedom.
Well, you doing so much, like you do multiple projects at a time. How do you manage your time to stay organized while juggling all like the type of projects you do, more than one?
I make a lot of lists, and I don't, like, I really don't be doing anything besides, like, being in the studio and going home and editing. Like, I don't, not that it's, like, I don't be out here like that. Like, I just really take advantage of, like, my downtime to just get organized, for sure.
Well, as a photographer, who are some influences of yours while you were, you building your brand, building Randolla?
Future's photographer, the shooter. I always look like his lifestyle pictures are so crazy. And like I always like it would just be a picture like there's this one that stands out. It's like Future in a mink coat, and you just see it's like from his shoulder to his wrist. Yeah. And it's just the watch looks so crazy. And like I used to look at his stuff like, wow. So it's like he was a big influence on like how I like to shoot the artist details and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then like I don't know, there's just like there's so many little random things I see that I'm just like that's hard, Yeah. But he's a big one.
Well, let's talk about artists. I mean, you've man, it's crazy. When I realized how many people you've been in the room with, you've got up close lifestyle. I mean, even if we look through this center shot, you know what I mean? On the wall, you got Lil Uzi, you got Future, you got Migos in there, you have Dirk, you have Baby, like, bro.
If I haven't, I should write down everyone I've worked with on the list one day and just see.
Man, well, look, besides the ones I just threw out, who are some?
I've worked with everybody.
Everybody.
So yeah, my favorite people that I've worked with, free Young Thug off top until it's backwards. Free the whole YSL till it's backwards. He's my favorite artist besides Future. Yeah. I got to skate with Lil Wayne. That was legendary.
Nice, bro. Are you serious?
It's crazy. Like, literally, he came up and introduced himself to me. He said, "My name's Tunchi. Nice to meet you." And then he gets to just talking to us about the Bucks and just about all type of random stuff. He asking me just random skate stuff, like, you regular or goofy? Like, yeah. Can you, like, it's just weird. But because it's like, while I'm talking to him.
That's an icon, bro.
Yeah, I'm talking to him regular, but my whole mind is like, oh, Lil Wayne is like, I'm talking to Lil Wayne right now. Yeah. It was lit, for sure. I had a real good working relationship with T.I. I've got to work on a lot of videos, a lot of projects behind the scenes with him. Like, he's super humble, super cool dude in person, which is crazy because, like, I used to listen to all his stuff growing up, and I used to watch the stuff of, like, his shows and his movie, like ATL. And, like, the first time I actually shot T.I. was outside Cascade, like, there where ATL was filmed. So yeah, I posted a picture. I think it's my most liked picture on Instagram to this day.
Oh, wow.
For sure. Because everybody thought there was, like, another ATL coming out.
For real?
Everyone's like, oh, look at this. Look, he's there again. He's back. He got the jury on, But it's dope.
Man. Well, you just did a photo shoot for Dame.
Yep.
How did that go?
Shout out Shake. I've been working a lot with Adidas lately, like this year more than any. But I had an Adidas Kohl's/Dame event where he came and like we did some Boys and Girls Club stuff with him, and I got to shoot him one-on-one for a little bit. And then we just had his sunglasses release at the store Sneaks. So we had the Oakley team come out there and had a nice little event too. It was dope. Yeah. So I feel like it's a lot more coming from Dame in the future, for sure.
For sure, man. How about Giannis? How was that experience?
No, I love Giannis.
Yeah?
He's so cool. Like, his whole family's cool. Shout out Alex. Like, me and Alex go back a few years. We've been friends for a while. So, like, he's the one that introduced me to him. We shot a couple YouTube videos, and, like, we clicked. And, like, shout out Nick. He shoots all the content from Giannis and the family. And, like, Nick does crazy work. Like, he's the guy, so...
Man, well, those are feats, man. Like I said, you set the bar pretty high, man. Who have been mentors for you along this journey?
Start with Philly. I learned a lot of stuff from Philly when it comes to like how to talk business with people, how to like address issues, how to like even lighting. Like, I learned a lot just watching him work. Yeah, and he never sent me off really, so that's a big one for sure.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I just like to watch in the shadows more than like ask for.
You're a visual. You're a visual learner.
Yeah, like, I'll look on Instagram, YouTube, and just like peep stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're doing a great job, bro. These pictures, I know I'm gonna have to have you do a shoot.
I found a Cam Kirk. Cam Kirk inspires me. Have you heard of him?
No.
He's an Atlanta-based photographer. He's got one of the best studios I've ever shot and been in, and like. Everything he does is just inspiring. Like, he's fire. He's a Nike sponsored photographer.
Okay.
That's crazy to me.
Dude said Nike,
Like,
bro.
sheesh. You see the feet? Hey, Nike, you see my feet, don't you? I'm putting on now.
There you go. Well, you're from Milwaukee, and how do you feel Milwaukee has attributed to your success?
Man, it taught me that you got to go get it. Like, there's not it taught me, not to, I don't know, people always assume Milwaukee doesn't have anything going on. So, it taught me you got to put on for your hometown,
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
It's like putting the city on your back, bro.
For sure. Every time, where is Milwaukee? Like, even, what you mean, where is Milwaukee? Where is Atlanta?
Yeah.
So, that's how I feel. But
yeah. How do you stay motivated and driven through like post-production, like editing? Because, I thank God I got an editor, shout out to Van Pluco. But
I need an editor bad. If anyone wants to learn how to edit,
let me know.
I got you. We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just like I'm a morning person, so I get the most work done in the morning.
Gotcha.
I'm not like a night person. It's weird if I'm a night person. There's occasionally nights where I get locked in and I'm editing till 2 in the morning, but yeah. I'm usually the type to wake up at 7 and just edit for the whole morning and then start the day.
Got you.
I like coffee.
Hey, he like Folgers in the morning, bro.
Fresh coffee, edits, podcasts.
Yeah.
We're good to go.
What's a dream job for you? A place that or person you would like to cover that you haven't yet?
Dream job. Like, I always thought that like being a day in the life photographer for like a famous person would be dope if I could relate to him on a certain level.
Yeah.
So like I always thought like, moving and it just has to be the right person. I feel like as I get older, it's like less exciting for me right now to like want to do that. Like I don't, but it just has to be the right person. Someone I haven't worked with that I want to work with. The Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
I love The Weeknd. I want to shoot him so bad. He's so cold.
Sounded so wrong, but sounds so right.
Man, I want to. We need. I got you. I'm like, I gotta. Just trust me. When the opportunity comes, I'm getting them together.
Yeah,
nasty.
That's right. Well, through the photography you do, because you do all types of we were here yesterday. We saw your little photo shoot for clothing.
Shouts out Icon.
Okay.
I do a lot of work. Like I do a lot of boutique style shoots. So like nice merch and stuff. I like that type of the lifestyle clothes. Like I just said earlier. Yeah. So I work with Icon and Enzo a lot, and Hype Boys with the toys. That's major too. Like those are all my people. And we're locked in hard. How
do you approach your clients to understand their vision and execute that vision they have?
So sometimes, like, it depends on the client, honestly. So some people, like, they trust your vision. They don't want, like, they don't want to think about that stuff. They just want you to do it. So it's like, I got you. But for example, shout out my guy at Hype Boys. He's like full in creative direction. Like we butt heads all the time. Like, bro, this isn't gonna look good at all. Bro, yes it is, trust me. And it just goes back and forth like that. So like, and honestly, I appreciate that a lot because like sometimes like those weird things that, in his head end up being crazy. So I like that sometimes. But, some days it's not fun either.
Yeah, guys.
For either one of us.
You got any certain projects right now that you messing with? Anything coming out?
Anything coming out?
Yeah.
There's a store called Motor 3. I'm about to shoot their 20-year anniversary.
Oh, damn.
Like a little mini doc. I'm excited to do that.
Let's go.
Going crazy.
Going crazy.
So I'm about to meet up with them and just talk details coming up. But we've been talking about it for a couple months.
Man.
So 20 years is crazy.
20 years is crazy. Yeah, I mean, aren't they over by Broadway?
Yep, they're on Buffalo Boys.
Buffalo
Boys.
That's where 414 clothing is.
Third word.
That's usually, I'll be wearing them. Can't beat them.
I like that shirt you got.
I love this shirt too. But but it's the 414 up in here too.
Fair enough.
The turn up is real. You know, you as this journey goes forth, you're creating this name for yourself. What do you hope to leave as a legacy when it's all said and done?
I just hope to inspire and motivate the young ones out here to just, that you don't got to do anything crazy to like be successful.
Yeah.
You know, and like, I just hope like I leave an impact. You know, I just, you know, I want people to look at what I've done and be like, wow, that's crazy. You know, and just like, you know, just inspired.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5?
I want to get like another, I don't know, I don't want to do the photo stuff forever. I want to become like a Cam Kirk, like I mentioned earlier, where it's like I'm a photo person, but I'm more of a mentor. I got this this Wave Factory going on, and I have all these young shooters. I'm teaching stuff. I'm hosting classes. I'm doing, you know, more community work with the brand and like stuff like that. Like I've been working with this nonprofit called J Academy.
Okay.
And we've been doing some dope community work with them, and it's just fun to do, and it like feels good. You know, at the end of the day.
Well, let's talk about them, man.
Yeah. So J Academy is kind of coinciding with my Adidas work. It's my guy Shake. He does a lot of community work, and I've just been locked in with him, getting heavily involved. You know.
Yeah.
So we just did a giveaway. Well, for Valentine's Day, he wanted to give a woman a special day, so I ended up going to Mayfair and like pulling up on this girl with the camera and like telling her like this is the start of a special day, and like we gave her a shopping spree, and then she got her hair done and her makeup done.
Damn.
And then she like came to this nice dinner, and all her friends and family were there to surprise her, and it's just like gave her an award for just being like a good person and being so community involved. And like just seeing like how she, you know, just seeing the reactions for that. He did another one where he gave away 1,000 backpacks. Like,
wow.
Like free haircuts, free all, like, so being able to capture like some real, you know, that's fire.
Yeah.
You know? Makes you feel good.
Well, man.
Shout out Shake and the J Academy.
Hey, let's do this for them. But, you know, with that, I appreciate you coming on, brother.
I appreciate you inviting me, bro.
Man,
I love a podcast. I was telling you yesterday.
Yeah.
People be trying to have me on a podcast and they just magically disappear. I don't like that cap stuff, so I appreciate a good podcast. You know, let's get you to clap.
Yeah. But this is the one. This is the question.
Uh-oh.
This is the one we always work up to.
Gulp.
But what advice would you give to our youth out here aspiring to be a photographer or a creative?
Be consistent, don't give up, and don't be scared to talk to anybody, because you never know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
Example, I was in Los Angeles. I was shooting a writing camp for a label, and I'm in the studio just all day with this guy. I'm just, we're talking all day. I'm shooting pics. He's doing whatever he's doing. I'm thinking he's just the studio guy. Turns out he's the president of the label. And he met me on like some super organic energy.
Yeah.
And we're locked in so heavy now. Yeah. And like if I would have known who that was, I would have been on some more professionalism.
Yeah.
I would have been like a little more nervous, but I was just 100,000% myself and like talking to him, and that's what I mean. You don't never know who you're talking to.
Damn.
So, well, and that created 10 more jobs.
So be more organic, be real, be
yourself,
be
consistent.
Man, well, I appreciate the words. I appreciate you taking your time out.
For sure.
I appreciate you inviting me into the Wave Factory.
Anytime.
And man, we got more coming out of this.
Yes, sir. I hope to see you back.
Hey, we will be back. But again, I appreciate you. I'm inspired by your drive, your ambition. And we definitely going to stay locked in, brother.
Yes, sir. Ain't no switching up.
So with that being said, Spearhead out.